Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we are talking about Inside Star Citizen for December 10th, 2020, and it is a good one. So we first start off with the Esperia Talon. This is a Tevarin ship from the Tevarin Wars. It is a light fighter, and it comes in two different varieties. It comes as just the regular Talon and the Talon Shrike. So the regular Talon has some pretty nice guns. I want to say they're size 4s, two of them, and then the Shrike comes with some nice missiles. So one of them lacks the missiles and the other one lacks the guns. Now if you notice, the cockpit here is very similar to the Prowler. Why? Well, because they're both Tevarin inspired. Both Tevarin in nature, they're both Tevarin ships for all purposes. So they use the computer screen internal, I guess, monitors. So very cool in that regard. Something also unique about the Talon fighters is that the entire cockpit section will eject, and it'll be like a pod that you can kind of maneuver around with. So it'll actually have some sort of maneuverability and life support, and you won't be out in the dead of space, so to speak. Now they did say in 3.12 that this functionality won't work quite like that. You're gonna shoot out with the pod when you eject, and then the pod will kind of fall off behind you as you kind of fly out the front of it, just because they don't have that mechanic in yet. Now I'm not entirely sold on this cockpit seat coming out like that. It is kind of cool, but at the same time it's like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting mechanic for sure. I always love how the screen peels away like that whenever you power it on. Very cool. Now let's talk about the ship itself. I think it's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. They did a fantastic job with it. You can see the feathers there, the beak, the wings, the feet. It's all very cool to me. It looks awesome. They put some good work into this ship, and they, I guess, progressed it quite quickly. Here you can see where they're talking about the escape pod system. Now they also talked about the shaders that they use to make this thing iridescent. What is iridescent? Well, it changes color depending on how the light reflects off of it. So this thing could be, one of a multitude of colors depending on how you view it or how you're seeing it. It's just a cool ship to me. I can't wait to fly mine. I can't wait to give you guys a ship rundown, and I'm waiting for 3.12 to drop. My guess is it's going to come out most likely tomorrow, so hopefully I will be able to get you guys a 3.12 video before I go to bed tomorrow. So I do work late, so I probably won't be the first one to get it out, but I think my first focus will be on this ship because it's cool. It's awesome. I can't wait to show it off for you guys. I mean, how many of you guys are getting this ship? How many of you already have it? Is this a ship you are interested in? Are you waiting to see how it performs in combat before you make that decision? Obviously, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Wait and see if it's worth it. I believe it was probably a little overpriced for what you get for it, but time will tell. We'll see, and maybe they'll balance it out a different way. But man, this thing is so cool looking. I can't wait to use several of these to escort a Prowler as it comes in, doing its thing. It'll be really awesome. Or, having a wing of Shrikes unload their missiles, and then the regular Talons come through from behind them and start taking on fighters and stuff in close range. I think that would be an awesome combination. I can't wait to see something like that. So the second part of this Inside Star Citizen, they are talking about the sprint report, and this is the new Bearing LMG. That's a light machine gun. and it's supposed to be a little better for the spray and pray kind of folks out there. You can see that the muzzle flash isn't quite as bright. That's something that the development team's been working on, but it is not a very accurate gun if you look at the spread here. Of course, you're not aiming down sights at the moment, so you would kind of expect it to be a little bit off target. Plus, it's an LMG, so it's going to jump around a little bit. Then they talked a little bit more about this new sniper rifle, the A08. It looks pretty cool. It has the smallest caliber round for any of the sniper rifles in the game. So I don't know how that's going to translate into damage. My guess is, since it looks like it's semi-automatic, it can fire fairly quickly. So yeah, it doesn't hit as hard, but you're able to get a few shots on target before you have to reload. And then they talked about the Shroud of the Avatar crossbow. I'm digging this thing. I love it. I'm a stealthy kind of player a lot of times anyways. I don't mind getting the stealth kills, but this thing excites me because that's what it's designed for, is to get the stealth kills. These little crossbow bolts will expand once they come out of the magazine and into the upper area of the crossbow there. And yeah, it's so cool looking. I can't wait to see how this thing functions in the game. Right now it's only in the concept phase, so you know, I know some people got that crossbow, I guess, for probably pledging to Shroud of the Avatar when it was in you know, alpha or something. I don't know, but I know that they'll be selling crossbows and I will be buying one because it's just such a cool weapon to be able to get some of those silent or stealthy kills. Then they also talked about the components. So they are working on doing the physicalized components in a few ships, including the Gladius. So you can definitely expect that coming soon. They are also talking about doing quite a few other things that are in the physicalized nature, like physicalized shields and damage. Here you see, I believe it's a Hornet, blasting away at a Javelin's shields. Now, you could tell how much damage you're doing to the shields based off of the color. So, of course, the light blue color means you're hardly doing anything. It's just absorbing everything. And then as the color becomes more violet, you can tell that you're doing more and more damage. And then, of course, you're going to start seeing impacts on the hull as it, you know, shows flames and stuff like that. So really cool what they're doing with the shield technology. Now, this is what they're going to do as far as making the shields really hug close to the ships as they demonstrate this super powerful pistol here that Disco Lando wants, and, you know, the entire verse. Obviously, the devs use this super powerful pistol to test different things out, but they're showing the shield tech off, and you see the little bolts of lightning, and I think they have a hexagon one here, like the hexagon thing. I like the lightning one a little bit better, actually. You guys tell me down below, which shield version did you like more? Do you like this hexagon version, or did you like the one before that? I personally like the one before that. I think it looked cooler. So yeah, that is being tested and it's going to be implemented soon, we hope. I mean, obviously we want to see some ships break apart in smaller bits and pieces, and then be able to salvage stuff. That's coming with iCache. So hopefully second quarter of this next year we will have all of that, or maybe if we're lucky by March. You know, it's CIG, so I'd count on summer. So they also have implemented a lot of, you know, changes to the derelicts in the Stanton system. They fixed them up, made them look a little bit better. They worked on the geology around, like the rocks and stuff like that. Obviously, it looks really good. I can't wait to look at some of the derelicts. From what I hear, the Javelin derelict on Daymar might have a city on it. I am definitely wanting to explore that as soon as I can. That might be something I do when 312 actually comes to the P2 Wave 1, is, you know, go use my old video to find the old Javelin. And here you can see they're also testing water buoyancy for wrecks and other things, and eventually, obviously, players will be able to swim, they'll be able to maybe get on a boat, those types of things. They're not testing the graphics here, just the buoyancy of the water, just the mechanics, and that is really exciting to see that they're moving into that phase. I mean, this game is going to just start taking off with all the little things that they're going to be adding in over this next year. I know we've said that before, but I'm excited. I can't wait. When iCache comes in, it'll be even more impressive. As you can see, they've got a guy on a rubber ducky. Kind of weird the way it looks, obviously, the way they're interacting, but they're just testing the buoyancy, so that was cool. Now here's another set of cool tech, and this is the, what they call it, the bin touch. Whenever you touch the weeds, it bends, and they wanted to fix it a little bit more than what it is right now, to where the grass or whatever is slower to recover to the full height, so that you can track other players and creatures through the grass. So that is really cool. It'll be interesting when that comes online in more finalized state. Obviously it's pretty neat already, but I know they can do a lot more with it, and I'll be, you know, this is one of those things where you wish you had a developer on that you could talk to about how in the world are you doing this. This is amazing. It's the little things, guys, that can really make a big difference, and something like that could make a real big difference in your immersion. Also, they went on to talk more about the homesteads that they've been talking about the last couple of months. So they're whiteboxing the internals of the homesteads. What do they look like on the inside? Obviously, here is a bar. Jared's like, is this a bar? Is this a house? What is this? They're just playing around and seeing what looks good on the inside and moving parts around, trying to, you know, find the different looks that will make up these homesteads. Again, something extremely cool. Very much looking forward to these homesteads. I know a lot of you guys are too. Are you going to get a homestead? That's my big question. Are you going to want to just put down on a planet and that'd be it? Personally, I'll be flying all over the planet, all over the verse, and my homestead will be on the planet that I claim as my own for our org. So that'll happen eventually down the road. But let me know your guys' thoughts on these homesteads. Are you wanting one? Or are you just wanting to experience what they look like yourself? Let me know. Thank you all for tuning in and watching the video. As usual, I really do appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. You're awesome. Thank you to all my Patreon and YouTube members for supporting the channel. If you guys want to do that as well, that information's in the description of the video. So thank you once again. I couldn't do this, guys, without you. I really do appreciate it. I'm my dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.